Have you ever wondered why some battles never end? No matter how hard you fight, no matter how much you achieve. Have you ever wondered why some battles never end? No matter how hard you fight, no matter how much you achieve, no matter how far you run, something still follows you. No matter how far you run, something still follows you. Something silent, something invisible, something that knows every fear you have ever hidden. Most people spend their entire lives trying to outrun it. Few ever turn around and face it. And those who do are never the same again. This is the story of a warrior who conquered kingdoms, but nearly lost himself. His name was Aric. For years, his name traveled across the world like thunder. Kings respected him. Enemies feared him. Songs were written about his victories. Children dreamed of becoming like him. Wherever Aric went, people saw strength. But strength can be a mask. And behind his armor lived a secret he never shared with anyone. Every victory felt smaller than the one before. Every celebration felt emptier. Every achievement brought only temporary satisfaction. At night, when the noise of the world disappeared, a strange feeling returned. A feeling he could never explain. It felt as if something was watching him from within, waiting, patiently. One winter evening, after returning from another successful campaign, Aric sat alone in his chamber. A fire crackled softly beside him. Snow drifted beyond the window. The kingdom celebrated his return. But he felt nothing, no joy, no peace, only silence. Then he noticed something unusual. His shadow on the wall was moving. At first, he blamed the firelight, but the movement continued, slowly, deliberately. Aric stood up. He stood up. He stepped forward. Then suddenly, the shadow smiled. Aric froze, because he had not smiled. The room became colder. The fire seemed weaker. And for the first time in his life, fear entered his heart. The next morning, he traveled into the mountains to seek a hermit known for his wisdom. Benevolent a stranger as Aric of Zindudange, the old man listened quietly as Aric described what had happened. The last word of Aric's story is heard. When the story ended, the hermit remained silent for several moments. Then he asked a simple question. "What are you afraid of?" Aric frowned. "I fear nothing."
That is the answer of every frightened man.
The words struck deeper than any blade. The old man pointed toward a distant horizon.
Beyond the desert lies a cave.
What waits there? The hermit looked into his eyes.
Your shadow.
Aric expected another explanation, but none came. So he began the journey. Days passed, then weeks. He crossed mountains, forests, rivers, and eventually reached a vast desert where endless dunes stretched toward the sky. The desert had a strange nature. During the day, it remained silent. At night, it whispered. The whispers sounded familiar. At first, Aric could not understand them. Then, slowly, he recognized the voices. They were his own thoughts. Every doubt, every insecurity, every fear, every regret. Voices he had buried for years now surrounded him. You are not enough. You are losing your strength. You are a fraud.
One day, everyone will see who you really are.
Aric tried to ignore them, but the harder he resisted, the louder they became.
One day, everyone will see who you really are.
For the first time, he realized something important. The greatest prison is not built from stone. It is built from thoughts, repeated often enough to become beliefs. The journey continued. Eventually he arrived at the Valley of Echoes. Power poured from cliffs. Everything spoken there returned 10 times stronger. One evening, frustrated and exhausted, Aric shouted into the valley.
I am tired!
Again and again, the echoes filled the air. Then another realization appeared. Life works the same way. Whatever you repeatedly tell yourself eventually becomes your reality. Fear grows when it is fed. Doubt grows when it is repeated. And suffering grows when it's believed. For the first time, Aric stopped fighting his thoughts. Instead, he listened. And in that listening, something began to change. Several days later, he finally reached the cave. Its entrance stood hidden among black cliffs. Cold wind flowed from within. Darkness covered everything beyond the opening. Yet something inside called to him. Aric stepped forward. The deeper he walked, the quieter the world became. Eventually he entered a vast chamber. And there, waiting in the darkness, stood the shadow. It looked exactly like him. Same face, same eyes, same armor. But its presence felt ancient. The shadow studied him. Why have you come? Then it spoke. Its voice sounded like his own. Aric tightened his grip on his sword. Egviti to destroy you. A calm, almost compassionate laugh. You cannot destroy me.
Why not? Because I am you. But this, because I am you.
Anger surged through Aric. He attacked. His blade sliced through the darkness. But the shadow remained untouched.
Again he attacked. Again. Nothing changed. Hours passed. His strength faded. The shadow simply watched.
Finally exhausted, Aric dropped to his knees.
Why won't you fight?
The shadow stepped closer. Because I am not your enemy. Silence filled the cave.
Aric stared in disbelief. The shadow continued.
I was created every time you rejected a part of yourself. Every fear you denied. Every weakness you hid. Every wound you refused to heal. You made me stronger.
The words struck him harder than any weapon. His entire life he had been trying to appear fearless, trying to appear perfect, trying to appear strong. But the shadow knew the truth. It knew every insecurity hidden beneath the armor, every painful memory, every moment of self-doubt. The shadow sat beside him. For the first time, it seemed less frightening. You spent years fighting yourself.
That is why peace never came.
Tears filled Aric's eyes, not because he was weak, but because he was finally honest.
The shadow pointed towards a small pool of water at the center of the cave.
Look.
Aric approached. Gets closer.
In the reflection, he saw his entire life. Victories, failures, pride, fear, success, loneliness, everything together. Not separated, not judged, simply seen. And in that moment, a profound truth emerged. Wholeness does not come from removing darkness. It comes from accepting that light and darkness both exist within us. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to walk forward despite it. Strength is not perfection. It is self-acceptance. Peace is not found by conquering yourself. Peace is found by understanding yourself.
As dawn approached, the shadow began to fade. Will I ever see you again?
Whenever you forget who you are.
Then it disappeared.
Aric left the cave as the first sunlight touched the mountains. The world looked the same, yet everything felt different. The anxiety that had haunted him for years no longer controlled him.
The endless need to prove himself had vanished. For the first time in his life, he felt free. Not because he had won another battle,
but because he had stopped fighting the wrong war.
Years later, people still spoke of this famed champion's greatness. But they spoke less about his victories and more about his peace.
Because the strongest warrior is not the one who defeats others.
The strongest warrior is the one who faces his own shadow and learns to walk beside it.
If this story brought a moment of clarity to your mind or peace to your soul, please leave a like and subscribe to Elevate Morals. Let us continue this journey of wisdom together.
May your path ahead be filled with purpose and peace. Thank you for watching, and take deep care of yourself.